In my dream, an old lady gave me this direction. Ready for it? Assuming you want to use this herb for your herbal preparation, you should avoid dragging the herb like this in order to break it. Gently hold a branch after you've made your intention known and you cut it. Right? Now, after you have cut it, when you're picking this into a bowl, do not pick like this away from you. So the guide I received was you pick it like this towards yourself. You pick it towards yourself, not away from yourself. So you avoid every instance that make you wipe off the leaves like this away from yourself. You're giving away the power. So rather pick the herbs to yourself, to yourself, to yourself. Even if you have to pick them in batches, wipe them towards yourself. You get what I'm saying? You're wiping the leaves towards yourself and not away from yourself. I hope you understand. Have you heard of neem stick powder? After harvesting the neem leaves, we preserve the sticks and we use the stick to make neem stick powder. These sticks are washed, cleaned, chopped into pieces and grinded to powder. This powder is antimicrobial, antifungal, anti-cavity, anti-acne. So you can use this powder in your toothbrush to brush your teeth against toothache and tooth cavities. You can use it in your bath water to rid yourself of rashes or any kind of skin infection. You can use it in water, warm water, and wash your face with the warm water to open up your pores and unclog, your pores, and thereby getting rid of acne. It will remove dark spots. The powder is highly potent. You might even cut it into small sticks and use it to brush your teeth as a local kind of toothbrush, any way you want to do it. But the powder, having the powder handy is very, very important. I'm going to show you the end product of this and how the powder looks like, okay? All right. Pick your herbs early in the morning around between 6 and 7. Best time 6:37. At that time, the phytocompound have risen from the root into the leaves. They are working. And then the trichomes, the pores in the leaves are opening. At that time, it is easy for you to macerate your herbs or for you to do a decoction or concoction with your herbs, and you will get a lot of nutrients from it. So you harvest your herbs early in the morning between 6:30 and 7, optimum time before the sun rise, or as the sun begins to rise. Make sure you harvest your herbs. So for those of you who are looking to using herbs for any kind of preparation, don't go in the afternoon to pick them. Don't go in the evening to pick them. Pick them early hours of the morning. That's the optimum time for it. That's the time you will derive the most benefit, from the plant. So these are neem leaves, which I harvested this morning, and I'm going to use these neem leaves in making a beautiful aura soap. I'm going to use this neem leaf in making skin toners, in making oils. Even the super hair growth oil has these neem leaves. These neem leaves I'm going to use to make teas and tinctures for infection, cleansing, blood cleaning, and so many other stuff. Neem leaves are very potent, and they are antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-infection. They are very potent for a whole lot of stuff. It cleans acne. Neem leaves, very, very important leaf. Okay, so but just take note of this. Harvest your herbs early hours of the morning. 6:30 to 7 a.m. is the best time for you to pick your herbs. Okay, if you are having lymphatic clogs, you have lumps under your armpit, you have lumps under your breast, you have boils coming out from your system, your lymphatic system is clogged. So what you need is cleavers, pokeroot, and dandelion. Cleavers and pokeroot are the two best herbs for lymphatic system drainage, while the dandelion is good to increase urine flow so that you can excrete most of the waste that are being unclogged from your lymphatic nodes. So what you need to do is you just add 100 grams of pokeroot, 100 grams of cleavers to the pokeroot. We add 100 grams of the dandelion to the mixture. So right here we have the pokeroot, the cleavers, and the dandelion. So we're going to grind them all to powder now. Now that the herbs have been mixed together into powdery form, it's going to be consumed in two ways. One is going to be consumed as tea. So we will add 2 tablespoons of it. If we want it to be more concentrated, we can add 3 tablespoons in a pot, and we will add water to that and then boil for 5 minutes. Second way is to do an infused oil. So we'll use castor oil, original cold pressed castor oil. 250 mils castor oil means we need in a ratio of 5:1, we need 20% of the volume to be the herbs. So that means we're going to use 50 grams of the herbs. So let's measure out 50 grams. It's 9. We need 50 grams. 50 grams of the herb. Okay, so this is 50 exactly. So we will now top this up, fill this up with the castor oil. This gives us a ratio of 5:1, which makes for a highly potent infused oil. So we cover this, shake it up properly. And just like we do in the normal way of maceration, we store this in a dark place for 4 to 6 weeks. After that, we strain, and the oil becomes a potent oil for rubbing on lumps, stiff joints, where you have boils, knees and joints, you're feeling pains, arthritis, so you rub it there, and it will help move the lymph nodes and then dissolve lumps, break down cysts. You rub it on your stomach, it's capable of even breaking down fibroid and all of that. So we add 2 cups of water to this, as equivalent of 2 cups of water, and we're going to heat it up. You see how concentrated it is? So we have here pokeroot, cleavers, and dandelion. After boiling for 5 minutes, we filter. So this is what we got. So you drink this cup right now, once in the morning and again at night. It's how I'm doing it this time. Star anise, cinnamon sticks, cloves, black pepper, hibiscus.
Is your immune system strong enough to handle today's health challenges? You need to be ready for any issues that may come your way because of potential illness, pollution, lack of sleep, poor diets, and other factors that affect our cells and make them susceptible to many kinds of health issues. Having a stronger, healthier immune system is critical in today's world. Help your body be ready for the challenges ahead. Be ready to combat the stresses of today's ever-changing world and strengthen a healthy immune system today.
Feel the rhythm in your soul, let it take control. Or I leave black soap, gonna make you whole. Infused with herbs like white sage and rosemary, cinnamon and clove. It's a remedy. Oh, wash away the negativity, set your spirit free. And with your body and natural herbs, the key from head to toe. Feel the cleansing power. Or I live like so, every day, every hour. Oh yeah, cleansing rhythms, taking you higher, higher. Or I live like so, your soul's desire, desire. Feel the freshness from within and without, washing away the doubt. Let it all pour out.
Let's review this plant. The leaves and seeds of red jatropha contain compounds that reduce swellings and pains associated with inflammatory conditions such as arthritis. Used for wound healing due to its antibacterial and antifungal properties, the oil extracted from the seeds have been topically used to treat wounds, cuts, and burns. Treat a variety of gastrointestinal disorder, including diarrhea, dysentery, and constipation. The seeds of red jatropha contains compounds that act as laxative and can help to regulate bowel movement. The leaves of red jatropha treat respiratory disorders such as asthma, bronchitis, and cough. Contain compounds that act as expectorants and help to clear the airways. It has antimicrobial properties that can help to treat various infections caused by bacteria, fungi, and viruses. I'm going to show you how to make moringa and cassia cream. So first thing you do, you get fresh moringa leaves. If you have the dry moringa leaves, you can use the powder. But I'm using the fresh moringa leaves, so I'm picking some moringa leaves now. Next thing, you pick your cassia leaves, so you look for the fresh cassia leaf. I'm just going to take this out. Okay, so this is what I'm using as part of the cassia leaf that is going to be part of the cream. The purpose of this formula is to produce a cream that will take care of skin rashes, eczema, and ringworm. Remember to wash your leaves in salt water and rinse properly. These are the moringa seeds and these are the husk. But because of the benefit of this husk to cleanse blemishes from the skin, I am blending my moringa seeds with the husk. So I just put a handful in my blender and leave the rest for some other uses. Next, I would air dry to remove all the moisture, and I usually do this under my favorite tree. The essence of having this under this tree is to provide a shade so that there is no direct sunlight UV rays on the leaves while drying. So I just demoisturize it this way naturally before using it for the cream. Chop the leaves, grinded moringa seeds, chopped leaves, then shea butter. Using an in-boiler system, melt the shea butter on the low flame. Add the chopped leaves. Stir. Then you add the grinded moringa seeds. You stir the mixture. Then you cover it to steep while you put out the heat. When it is well diffused, you will notice the oil floating on top and all the leaves, the ingredients, have submerged to the bottom. Here we are. Next, we would add jojoba oil, a deep penetrating oil that works with collagen to enhance your collagen and mingles with your body's serum to help it penetrate, build collagen, and mingle with the body's sebum effectively. A tablespoon of argan oil to help it penetrate the skin. We would follow through with a stick blender to bring the whole mixture together. You can see that. Here it is. Moringa cassia cream. See that? Super ready. Wake up. Now is the time to pick your antiviral herb. When the rain begins to fall like this, go outside your environment and you will see Philanthus amarius. If you look behind it, you will see some tiny seeds. This herb is known as stonebreaker. Effective for kidney stones, ulcer, staphylococcus aureus, and any viral infections. An effective blood cleaner, also good for hepatitis. At the first sign of gas, eat a few basil leaves or put 3 to 4 basil leaves in a cup, pour in hot water and let it simmer for a few minutes. Then sip on it frequently. This is one of the best home remedies for acidity. Greetings to Mother Earth. Here is something you can do with this plant known as Cromolina odorata. In Nigeria, this is known as independent leaf or awolowo leaf. Known for its medicinal value in many areas as well as pest control. The reason today is for its pest control qualities. If your plants are being affected by pests like caterpillar and all of that, rather than use industrial chemical which has many side effects, it is good to use a natural herbal remedy. Wash the Cromolina odorata into water. Then use the water to sprinkle on your plants. To water your plants. This will keep away caterpillar and control all pests that eat the leaves of this plant. So this is one of the natural ways I use to keep my plants healthy without industrial chemicals. It's a special day. I want all the women to listen up. If you were on family planning and now you want a child, or you have been longing to get pregnant for years, here is what you have to do. First, you would have to prepare your womb and fallopian tubes with guava leaves. To do this, get some guava leaves, wash them clean, chop them in pieces, put them in a pot and boil them for 10 minutes. Then sieve the water, take a glass morning and night for 21 days to clean your fallopian tube and prepare your womb. After that, you take a mixture of fenugreek, raw maca root, and fennel. Mix them together. Take 2 teaspoons into a cup of warm water. Drink in the morning and in the night. Any questions, reach out to me.